So hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play multi-disc games with games that have discs with more than 3 discs using the latest firmware update version 1.1.1, and it's obviously relating to ADF files. So you can actually automatically just play 3 disc files by just selecting the disc and then choosing the other 2 and 3 discs by using the R button. But if you've got games that have more than 3 discs, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is, then you have to create something called a playlist. So what I'm going to show you here is, this is the actual process, but honestly if you read through it, it really is total gobbledygook for me. It kind of shows you what you're supposed to do, but I think it really needs a little bit of a process in Vision so you can actually see it and actually follow it and then create it for yourself. So this is the actual guide, but rather than actually talk you through this, I'm going to actually show you how I've done it. In some games you can actually do it with 2 disc games, 3 disc games as well if you want to. Not sure there's any point, but I'm going to show you nonetheless. So there is another site that's probably a little bit more useful that goes into a little bit more detail. If you want to refer to it, it's on the libretto.com site, and it's got a little bit more information on how to actually use these sort of type playlists. It's definitely worth having a look at if you want to use this as reference, as well as following this video. But without further ado, what I'm going to do is put on my USB stick, show you an example and show you what to do. Okay guys, so first things first, I'm going to go into, this is my folder structure. Now your folder structure might look a little bit different. So I keep my ADF folders in obviously the ADF folder. But you can probably tidy this up how you actually see fit. What we're going to use the example is Superfrog. And now you can see I've got Superfrog disc 1 through to 4. Now the best way to actually do this is probably create another folder just to put these discs into. So you can sort of do that and create yourself a new folder. You can call it whatever you like, doesn't really matter. Obviously you should probably make it relevant, Superfrog being the best way. Okay, and then just drag those files and put them into that folder. Now you don't need to follow this, you can do it any way you like, but I would recommend maybe tidying it up a little bit so that it looks a little bit fresher. So you can see now we've got Superfrog in its own folder. Okay, so now what we need to do is create the playlist. The playlist is really just a text file that you're creating, and it just lists all those actual files, but you best to actually put it in this folder and not the actual Superfrog folder itself. So if you put it in the folder up from that. Now if you were going to not put these in the folder, you could just put the actual text file up here. It really is up to you what you do and how you actually interpret this for yourself. Now to create a new text file, there's probably a few ways of doing it. You can go the long way, just get a notepad, go into your accessories. Sorry. So obviously this is the long way. You go into Window Accessories. And you can just open the notepad from here and create it. There's also another way. I'm not sure everyone will have the same access right enough, but if you right click and choose new, I've got text document, so I'm going to just choose that. But if you don't have that, you can just go to the notepad and do the exact same thing. It just opens the same. So obviously that creates this new text document down the bottom, as you can see. So just rename that as Superfrog. And then just open it up. Now what you're going to do, we'll sort of put these side by side so that we can actually look at the file names. Okay, so you've now got a blank notepad file, text file. So now what you really need to do is create this list basically in the folder structure that it's kept in. So what you need to do to start is, let's copy that. So copy the full text file. You can type it if you want, but you'll probably make a mess. So copy everything that's in that file. So just do a quick Control C, which is copy, and then you can paste that here. Now that's obviously the file name for the first one, but you obviously need to create the folder it's in. So it's at the start here, you want the folder you just created, Superfrog. Okay, So you don't need to put the ADF folder at the start here because it will just muck up. You just need to put the actual folder that it's looking up to next, which is obviously Superfrog, and then the name of the file. So now that you've got disk 1 done, just copy that and paste it for the next line, and just obviously the only difference being, I think, is the actual disk 2 of 4 disk 2. So that's the only thing that's different. Just be aware of that if you're just copying and pasting, that all the other disks are exactly the same apart from that. So do the same for every disk that you've actually got, and that's pretty much it. That's all you need to do. So you need to do file and save, and that's that. So obviously we need to make sure that's the right format. It's not a text file that we need to be. It needs to be the .m3u style. So find your file that you just created, just rename it, take away the txt option, and just name it m3u. Press enter. Ask you want to change it, you say yep, and that's it. Don't worry about the sort of little logo it's created there. That's just something that's on my computer. It should be absolutely fine, and that's pretty much all you need to do. Now I've obviously created a few others as well. I've even done one for Gods, even though Gods is only actually a 2 disc, but I've done the exact same in here. So if I open this, I'll sort of show. Open it in Notepad, you see it's just exactly the same sort of format, and it should work. I would recommend doing it this way and putting things into folder just to tidy it up a little bit and make it look a bit sort of nicer to look at, so to speak. But honestly, you can interpret this your own way, and you can do this whichever way you please, as long as it works. You just need to be careful. If it's not pointing to the correct folder, it will not actually work. So what we'll do now is put this up onto the A500 Mini and show you actually working in action. Okay guys, now that you've got the USB stick into your Mini, just go to it, go to your ADF file, and there you can see the actual folders that you've got the games in, but you need to actually go to the little file that we've created. So here's the file here. What you need to do is just select it and start it, and that will just start as normal as per the game. So you see a little plus sign on it. This is obviously indicating that it's a playlist rather than an actual ADF file itself. Just press it and press start as you normally would, and it will automatically start. Now if you get notification about asking for the next disc, it's just holding the home button and pressing R to go to the next disc. Okay, so here we go, we're playing Superfrog now. What a great little game this is too. Kind of like a cross between Sonic and Super Mario maybe, I don't know. Maybe insulting the game by saying that, but that's what it feels like to me sometimes. Okay, that's pretty much it guys. It's not any more complicated than that. It obviously looks a lot more complicated with the detail that they've put. It really does make a lot of sense. So I've done a few. I've got Gods as well here, and sort of Secret of Monkey Island. Now obviously Gods is only a 2-player disc. If you're going to start that without using the playlist, you would just select the game and then just press R on the second disc, and basically it just creates that. So that's probably the best way of actually doing it. So if it's obviously more than 3 discs, you need to use the playlist method. Obviously you see Secret of Monkey Island is 4 discs, so I'll sort of use the playlist to show Gods and how to actually access the next disc, just for reference. So here's the actual playlist I've created here. Just press that and start the game. Okay guys, when you get to this stage and it asks for the next disc, you just press the home button and then R, and it will choose the next disc, and it should automatically boot in and start playing as it does here. It's really as easy as that. Obviously if your game is in WHD load and it runs fine, there's no speed issues, I would highly recommend using that facility instead, because the games definitely load a lot quicker and you're playing the games quicker than you would be with the ADF files, because the ADF files, it's a lot slower. But obviously, if you have issues with speed, if the games are running too fast, or your game isn't available in WHD load, this is obviously the best way to go for sure. Anyway guys, thanks for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.